For the Melding Jar side quest, we must visit Gaibara the Potter, who is located in the southeast of Mountaintop Town. Before we enter his dojo, we need to drop all but one of our jars. We can leave the others either in the storehouse or on the town's floors. Gaibara has actually appeared in multiple mystery dungeon games, such as Shiren DS2. He has also done a crossover, appearing in Chinsao's Tornico The Lost Hope, a roguelike on the PlayStation 1. Back to the side quests. If we don't bring at least one jar, the event will not progress, and the disciple Sarayama will knock us out, dealing 5 damage. It's best to bring an empty jar because Gaibara, as we saw in the Cliff side quest, is unpredictable. Fortunately, there was not a holding jar full of rice balls or a chiropractic jar, because Gaibara just destroyed all the contents of the pot. A bit unfair to the game, but this game is a roguelike. This compensation Gaibara refers to is extremely useful. It's an item crucial to beating the harder dungeons of this game, so we definitely want to unlock it, providing the motivation to complete this side quest. Another part of this side quest is to unlock the Gaibara Kilns Gallery, a shop which sells pots. We are going to need to inspire Gaibara, who currently has Potter's Block. The issue of the pointless jar. Items can be inserted into a pointless jar but not removed. The jar may seem useless, but storing rice balls in it protects them from rotten traps. The pot with 3 to 5 slots can also extend our inventory. We just have to break the jar to access the contents, so we don't want to put emergency items into it. But Gaibara isn't going to give us this one. We should still pay attention to the jars Gaibara shows us though, because they will appear unidentified in other dungeons, and we need to ID them based on their effects on items. One of the worst jars. Items can be inserted into an unbreakable jar but cannot be removed without an extraction scroll. Any item inside a thrown unbreakable jar is lost forever. The pot also makes a strange sound when thrown. Unfortunately, the pot costs the same as the actual useful identity jar. Since we are playing a roguelike, where items are usually unidentified, the unbreakable and identity jar can be easily mistaken for the other. Any item inserted into a jar is at risk. Back to the side quest, we also want to bring at least one jar when we visit Gaibara. He isn't going to destroy any in our inventory, but he will threaten to do so, just relieving stress from the Cliff's restaurant. Losing items in an unbreakable jar is bad, but there exists another pot that can ruin our items. Again, items inserted into a venting jar cannot be removed normally. The venting jar is also in the same price range as 2 other jars. As we can see, the game throws a lot of jars at us, hoping to confuse us in future dungeons in which these jars appear. The venting jar functions just as its name suggests. When the pot is thrown, it explodes along with all its contents. When targeted at an enemy, it usually destroys them, so there is one use for it. After 5 runs, we finish this side quest. Gaibara has for us his most precious jar, the Melding Jar. The Melding Jar combines attributes of inserted items. Such items can be swords, shields, or staves, but swords add with only swords, shields add with only shields, and staves add with only like staves. As Gaibara explains, the first item we insert is our base. Any subsequent item added yields its attributes to the base. For instance, the cudgel Gaibara describes is inserted first, which then absorbs the 3-way attack of the Razor Wind and a +3 enhancement. Break the jar and we can obtain our melded prize. One caveat, we don't want to meld, say, a Master Sword with a pickaxe. The latter is brittle, an attribute which is passed to the Master Sword, which can then break. Melding is particularly useful with shields since they cannot be normally upgraded through a blacksmith. Like staves can also be combined. In fact, one of the game's achievements is a stave with 99 charges. We have now finished the Melding Jar side quest. Soon the town shop will also open. Occasionally, new Melding Jars can be bought here, but they cost 6,500 to 7,500 utans. The shop has only the jar of change and holding today. Chiropractic jars can also be bought here in preparation for future runs. Finally, in Canyon Hamlet, Gaibara's 4th apprentice informs us of his missing master. Seems we need to head to Mountaintop one more time. The final event of the Gaibara side quest is the unlocked scroll cave, the Trap Dungeon, a staple of Shiren games. Like the Kitchen God Shrine, all items are lost when we enter, and many items found inside the dungeon are unidentified. To save Gaibara, we will need to know what the game calls Trap Fu. Our next bonus dungeon allows us to use traps against monsters. But now the tables have turned. Some of the mechanics have changed from the SNES version, such as how experience is dealt in level restrictions. But we will see in a future episode.